to the 3-day international virtual workshop on research writing, editing, and publishing. Today we have three speakers, and our first speaker is Saraswati Tirupati, lecturer, Institute of Teacher Education, Ipoh Campus, Perak, Malaysia. Saraswati Tirupati is a lecturer in Department of Social Studies, Institute of Teacher Education, Ipoh Campus, Perak, Malaysia. She has 13 years of experience as a teacher. She is pursuing her PhD in technical and vocational education and training with a focus on sustainability in environment studies from Sultan Idris Educational University, Tanjung Malim, Perak. She also had presented her research papers in the 15th and 17th Asian Academic Society for Vocational Education and Training, an academic organization founded in 2005 and focused on the development of career education and workforce training from exchanging and sharing advanced progressive in TVET relevant fields. In 2018, she published a few articles in TVET journals. In October 2021, Ms. Saraswati and her team won awards of Best Innovation and Best Poster Designing in the Teaching and Learning Poster Ideas, organized by University Technology Mara Perak Branch, Malaysia, and in collaboration with University Terbuka, Indonesia. In June 2022, Saraswati and her team won awards for Best Innovation and Best Presenter in the Semnova Innovation Seminar Competition. Currently, she is in the process of writing a book entitled Blended Learning on TVET Studies with her supervisor, Professor Ramli Mustafa, and her team. And the team. Her research is in green sustainability and environmental studies in Malaysia. We are very glad to have you, ma'am. I hand over the session to you, ma'am. The session is yours.
Okay, thankful to Mr. Jilu. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to Mr. Jilu. Jinu, eh?
Yes, Jinu, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. My sharing is focusing on a research methodology in TVET education. Okay. Can see my slide?
Yes, ma'am. We can see, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So today's my title is a research method in technical and vocational education and training, TVET. We call it TVET studies. By myself. Okay, I'm working as a lecturer at University of Teacher Education. I just newly appointed there. Before that, I was attached in a primary school teacher. Okay. What is research? Research actually is a scientific way of answering the questions and testing the hypothesis. Okay, it doesn't mean we have to find out new things to settle the world's problem. Okay, we just had the new knowledge into the current literature and not to change the world with our research findings. Okay, simple but contribute to the literature, easy but comprehensive, unique but not unusual or abnormal. Okay, means again. Okay, means again. Search means finding. So we are research. We are gain a finding. Okay, can see my slide, Jinu?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll see my slide. Okay. How about now? Can see it?
No, ma'am.
Still
No,
not,
no.
cannot see. Okay.
Still, yeah.
Okay, okay, wait ah. Okay, can see now?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can see. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, what is the research actually? Research is the process of
Excuse me, ma'am.
hello, yes.
Yeah, ma'am, will you please give that slideshow option?
Slide show option.
Because your entire system is here. No, in PPT itself, they have slideshow option, right?
Oh, okay, yes, yes. Can see now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Clear. Just click that same screen, ma'am. Yeah. Fine. Ma'am. Okay.
Can see, eh?
No, ma'am.
Now?
Again, will you please click there?
It back to normal.
Yeah, it's so. Okay.
Okay, can see?
Okay, ma'am. Continue.
Okay, actually, research is the process of discovering a new knowledge. Okay. This knowledge can be either the development of a new concepts or the advancement of exciting knowledge and theories, leading to a new understanding that was not previously known. Okay, that is the things that what is a research. Okay, it's a scientific inquiry aimed at learning new facts. Okay, learning a new ideas, testing ideas, etc. It is the systematic collections, analysis and interpretation of a data to generate a new knowledge and answer certain questions or solve a problem. That's why we are doing a research. Okay. The purpose of the research is to enhance a society by advancing a knowledge through the development of a scientific theories, concepts, and idea. Okay, that's the thing we call what is a research. Okay, the process of the research. The process of research, if you see, identify the research problem. Okay, first we have to identify the research problem before we fix the title of our research. Normally, our supervisor will let us to find what is the problem statement you can find from the things you want to research. That is our supervisors or our lecturers will ask first. Okay. Then only we go to the literature review to review the literature to finding the issues. Okay, we finding the issues. Then we specific the research purpose. Okay, after we specific the research purpose from the review the literature, we find some keywords for our questionnaire. If let's say we do a quantitative research approach, normally we get the points from the review the literature. Hello, yes.
Continue, ma'am.
So we are focusing with the review the literature. From there, we can get some what we call some keyword for our questionnaire. So from there, we can focusing what is the problem statement from the literature review. So we have to focus the main thing for the review the literature. Okay. So I got two ideas how to prepare our research articles. Can see my slide.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
this one is the things I using Excel to collect the some notes from the articles. One is we call is the author. Okay. Okay. Author, year. This one we collect from the articles. What articles we go through is related to the issues we want to find out. So what volume, issues, page, title, okay, journal, the objectives, okay, research questions or hypotheses, keywords. Okay, these keywords will be useful in our questionnaire. Theory, okay, methodology we using, variables used in the reference studies. Okay, independent, all is not categorized. Okay, whether it's independent or IB and DV, yeah. Dependent, control, mediator, moderator, gaps. Framework, if let's say the journal we review got a framework only, some journals we review have a framework only, so we just note there lah. Results, conclusion and sample size, respondent category. Okay, response, article category, whether it's as Q1, okay, is got a category of the article. Okay,
And
critical
what is
thinking.
respondent category?
Pardon?
What is respondent category?
Content category. Okay, wait.
No. Respondent, you said.
I can't hear you. What is that?
Okay. If you could show me the last portion of your slide.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Which one?
Response, article category, critical thinking remarks. What is this?
Okay, critical thinking. Okay, in TVET. Okay, if you let's say in a TVET, you can we have some components like problem solving. What we call problem solving category. We have a critical thinking category. We have some project works. So this one all is we can find out in a TVET journal. So that's why I remarked that critical thinking. What are the components you can get from the journal? It's more on the education, like the critical thinking, creative thinking. Can you get me?
Yes, I did understand. Before that, you have that column Y, which is saying respondent category. What is that, ma'am?
Okay, respondent category. Okay, normally respondent category in our journal, we have for qualitative we have some respondent. Okay, we can categorize them either they are from the industrial categorize or from school teachers. We can categorize them. That is a respondent category. We categorize them. Okay, may I continue? Okay,
Yes, please.
it depends
ma'am,
to
please.
the journal. Okay, let's say maybe the column for the respondent category is not related with the journal you read, or you go through, you just put dash, so that maybe that is that part is not related with your journal or with your issues. So we just put underline or marks that says it's not related with our issues. Okay, this one all is related to my research. Okay. So the second one is paper reading for gaps. Okay. This one, so I got a sample. Okay, if you see first one is okay, this one normally I hyperlink with the paper. Okay, easier for me to get the paper, the author, year, title, purpose, okay, keywords, value, research questions, hypothesis, theory is a similarly with the first paper, but it's a more detail lah. Theory, okay. Okay, then we have the context, dependent variable, IV, control variable, mediator, moderator, framework, methodology, findings, implications, article category, limitation, important points. Okay, these are two different things, but some is in already in the first Excel. So I just further up. Okay, for the stage of a research process, for the second stage, we have a 5 stage to be. We more focusing on these 5 stage. The first one is the identification of a research problem. A good research always starts with a good problem. We can observe people or things, visit places, read print materials or consult experts to find the research problem which is suitable for you. Okay, from reading the books, magazines, journals. Okay, preparation for research design. Okay, we can prepare what is the research design for us. Is in the blueprint of the research you are going to undertake. It serves as the work plan of the whole study, and not only because it entitles the resource needed in the conducting the research, but also the ways these resources are utilized. Okay. After finding your own research problem, the next step is to formulate your own hypothesis. We have to design our own hypothesis, theoretical statement in solving a logical relationship between variables. Okay, and come to the actual experimentation. Some of us are using a quasi-experimental or true experimental. Okay, my research is more related to the quasi-experimental. Okay, how to identify the research problem? Okay, if you see this part, okay, in this part, okay, we have some methods or model to identify our research problem. Okay, we call it PICOT. Okay, PICOT means patient, population, or problem. So I am focusing on population and problem. Okay, to get my sample size, I have to focus my population. Okay, how will I describe a group of patients similar to mine? That is an example. Okay, I intervention, prognosis factor or expose. Okay, which main and intervention. Okay, if let's say you're giving you want to improve the things, we have to give intervention. Normally for the school students, we give intervention to improve their studies. Okay, that is the example. Okay, comparison to the intervention before they start the things. Okay, let's say, for example, you developing with the module. Okay, before you start the module and after you start the module, you can see the comparison. Okay, what are they getting? Okay, outcome you would like to measure or achieve. Normally, let's say you, for example, using you're developing a module, you will see the results and results. Okay, what can I hope to accomplish, measure, improve, or affect the effective of your module? What type of questions are you asking? Okay, so normally treatment, diagnosis, prognosis, etiology may be referred to as the domains. Okay, what type of the research question we develop, from there we can produce our module. Yeah, type of study you want to find. What will be the best study design or methodology? Okay, research and theory. The relationship between theory and research is dynamic and interrelated. Sorry, I started for this side. Okay, theories often serve as a good source for research ideas. Theories can serve several purposes. Okay, maybe you can ask what is the importance of the theory in our research. Okay, without the theory, there is no guidance for our research. Okay, because theory guides the research and the researchers informs the theory. Okay. So the theory provides explanation for the complexities of learning as well as for gathering of a new data. Okay, theory plays a vital role in a research. Normally, they provide explanation, understanding, and meaningful to researcher. Okay, theory helps to predict facts and to identify unexploited areas. Research without theory is less impactful to establish the relationship among attributes, variables, or data. Okay, the quality of the research idea is an important consideration in the finding decision. So the theory, the chapter 2 is very important to finding our decision in the chapter 5. Okay, if let's say we're focusing on a literature review, okay, for the literature review, maybe it's a two broad issues. We can, we can narrow it with study which overlap with your research. Okay, which is important. That I said just now, we have to take from the keywords from the journals or the books, or with the scholar. Okay, studies are they are directly related to your topic. Okay, which is directly related to the topic, and we can more focusing, okay, without wasting a time with the other topics. Okay, searching a relevant bodies of a literature, managing a search results, synthesizing the literature, writing and assessment of the literature. So normally the Excel form just now I showed to you, so that one can narrow our and focusing our research. We can more focusing on direct to our research. Okay, this one is a primary research methods and the technique. Okay, normally we have a quantitative data and also the qualitative data. For the quantitative data, we call it the surveys, okay, and also experiments. Experiments, you're focusing on the quasi-experimental or true experimental, okay. Then we have a mechanical observation and simulation. Okay, before we give the, for example, before we start our module, the developing a new module, we can see what we can give the diagnostic test to the student, and we can see what is the results before they start the module. Okay, for the qualitative data, we have a focus group, individual depth interviews, human observation, and also the case studies. Okay, data collections and the techniques. We have a data collection and the techniques. Okay, normally there's a tools and techniques. We start with the questionnaires, interview schedule, observation schedules, skills tests, okay, inventory checklists, questionnaires and sociogram, sociometry. This all is more focusing on the question tools, and of the techniques. Okay, we're using questioning, written, oral, interviewing, face-to-face. Okay, the technique we use to get from our scholar or the person already very what we call, the person are very famous with the research. Okay. Okay, the components of a researcher's proposal. Okay, the first one is the title. Sometimes our title will be changed until after Viva also will be changed. The main thing is our problem statement. What is the problem and how you are going to solve the problem. The title must capture the main concept of the study. From the title, we already can identify the IV and DV. Okay, the important is you must choose a topic that you are so curious about that you remain motivated for the duration on the research process. The interest of the researchers in the particular topic must also be clearly outlined, while at the same time mentioning briefly at this point a critical review of the main literature that covers the topic. Also provide the aim of the research by clearly and concisely setting the problem as well as the research questions to be dealt with. Okay, the thing is, we have to fix our RQ and also the hypothesis. Okay, the background also the important, because the with the background we have to write our literature review. Okay. Okay, the research question must state clearly what our purpose studies mean to address or answer. So we have to answer the research question. Okay, ensure that you use a simple language that's easy to understand. Objective of a research, it is important that the objective are in alignment with the research questions. The objective must indicate what the aim of the research study is. Okay. The research methodology also must be designed clearly. Okay, define. Example is the research descriptive, correlation, causal comparative, quasi-experimental, diagnostic or explanatory. Okay, now they are newly with the new approach design, that is a quasi-Delphi method. I think most of the lecturers know about this thing. And also design developer research is a DDR. Okay, so any question before I go to the TVET?
Madam,
Yes.
whenever we are selecting a title
Okay.
and whenever we try to give an introduction based on the title,
Okay.
so what outline has to be there and what are the inputs which has to be given in the introduction based on the
Okay.
title?
Okay. If you ask me what title, the title of, okay, you are asking me the title, is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Normally we won't fixing titles. Okay, we are normally finding the problem statement. Okay, after we getting the problem statement, some issues. Okay, we already getting the some issues for the problem statement. Then only we will design a little bit for our introduction. Okay, for the title. Okay, let's say you already fixed for your title. Okay, it is in here. Okay. So the title must capture the main concept of the study. So that means you must, in your title, when the supervisors reads or the panel read your title, from the title they must know that you already have the IV and the DV in your title. Okay, so where you can get the IV and DV? From the literature review, from the past researchers. Okay, so the important is you must choose a topic that you're so curious about that you are remain motivated. So from there, you can choose your title.
No, madam, what happens is basically whenever students, when they try to write the introduction.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
introduction. Okay.
Maximum time it happens is the findings and the issues, whatever
Okay.
they try to get, they are not highlighting or focusing on that, but they try to write the meaning, the definition, or something like that in
Okay.
introduction. But based, what are your suggestions? What has to be added, for 2 or 3 pages for the introduction?
Okay, if you ask me, if my opinion for my research for the introduction, I most usually like a broad issues. Then I narrow it to the studies which overlap with my research lah. So normally, for example, my research is related to the SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. 2025. So I will I will give the introduction about the broad issues. Okay, before I narrow it. So when the supervisors or your lecturers go through your introduction, so they know that is related. The issues is why they are becoming from the big issues, they are narrow it until you go to you're focusing to your topics. That I write my introduction.
Okay, okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
You were saying that title can be changed. The more important is the problem statement.
Yes.
So up to which stage the title can be changed, madam? Once the title is approved, and if you like to change the title, up to which stage we can be allowed to change the title?
Okay. In my situation, I sharing this one. Actually, this section is a sharing section. Because I'm also still studying. I still continuing my PhD. Okay. Until in my experience, okay, until you after you Viva also your title can be changed. Okay, why the title can be changed? It depends to our panels or our supervisor. So my title, when I depending my I present my proposal depends that time, my title is a different. Okay, but they are fixed to my problem statement. My issues, they are fixed with my issues, but they change my title. So that my supervisor's advice, don't too focusing on your title. The title can be changed, but they won't be far away lah. Maybe it's in the columns, but don't worry. Make sure your problem statement is there. So from the problem statement, you will set your research questions and hypothesis. So it's
Thank you, ma'am.
depends. It depends to your supervisors or your lecturer. How strong your LR. LR means the literature review. Let's say your supervisor tried to change the title and you have a strong LR. Just now I show you the Excel tables. You can prove, okay, this is the approach I'm using. This is the methodologies. This is the literature review I find. Almost still now also I'm doing almost thousands. I already fill up the columns. So let's say the panels who are when crossing you also can depend your titles. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam, one more thing
Yes.
before we go further.
Okay.
The objectives, whenever we try to have the objectives of the research,
Okay.
the objectives.
Objective for questions. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So suppose if there is a findings or the problems and in our studies, or we are relating our research related to any issues. So what are the key, what objectives we should focus and how the objectives has to be framed? Can you just brief a bit about it?
Objective of the you mean the objective of the questions or research questions?
Research.
Okay.
objectives.
Okay. For the research of the research question, yeah. Okay. For research question, okay. Normally you can go through some of the latest articles, yeah, on your issues. Or let's say you are doing like for green sustainability is now a common issue lah. Everyone know about the sustainabilities on green. So when you are focusing on that issues, so sure there are a lot of scholars write some articles about the things. So you have to focus on what are the research questions they are developing. So from there you can a little bit adjust it to your current situation and what studies you are focusing. So we can change. Okay, and you must have a supportive for your research question. Why you choose that research question? Normally the panelists will ask why you are choosing that research question. Why not this? So when that time when you can answer from the LR, from the literature review, from the metrics which you did earlier. So we cannot go through 1 or 2 or 3 articles only. We must go at least a various of articles to support to write our research question. You get me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, normally the research question, after you write the research question, before you meet your supervisor or your lecturers, you must understand what the research question you write. Let's say you also can't understand what the research question you are writing, sure the supervisor try to make it, to change it. and you will be in the trouble because your situation and your supervisor is not in the same situation. We are in different field, maybe is in the same field, but not in the same situation. So we must supportive, we must strong with our research question. Okay, so I go for
Okay,
the
so
further.
that means, madam, the opinions of the supervisors and the
Pardon?
experts have to be. That means the opinion and the supervisors has to be taken into consideration and guidance while
Okay,
framing the
you can ask
questions.
your expert also before. Okay,
Yes.
normally we have another method that is we call a fuzzy Delphi method. I don't know is whether is used in India or not, but in currently I saw it used in US. Fuzzy Delphi method. Last time it's called MDM, multiple design method. Now it's called a fuzzy Delphi method, and also the DDR method. Okay, so if let's say for the fuzzy Delphi method, even you get your component from the literature and review, you still have meet your experts to ask whether these components all is related to our researchers. That we call a fuzzy Delphi method. That means we must have an expert, not one expert or two experts. According to the articles which I read 2-3 months ago, I saw that's already upgrade to the 7 experts. Must have a 7 experts of opinions for the fuzzy Delphi method lah.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. I got it.
Okay.
So, ma'am,
Yes.
basically, our research problem, it should be related with research title. So, input should be there, like
Research problem is related to the research title.
means whatever you have stated in problem, that input should be in the title.
Yeah, for my supervisor, they said must be in your title. That means your IV, your independent variable and dependent variable. When he read the title, when he go through the title, he knows, okay, what are you doing in the overall of your process. So your title will shows that what problem you are going to research according to him lah.
Okay.
So I further up the next about the TVET. Can see my slide?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can see.
Okay, TVET, or we call it, in Malaysia, we call TVET, or in other countries, we call it VET, V-E-T, Technical and Vocational Education and Training, we call, in short form, we call it TVET, TVET. Includes formal, non-formal, and informal learning that prepare young people with the knowledge and skills required in the world of work. Okay. According to the UNESCO, TVET has been called many names over the years. Okay, vocational education, either technical education, technical vocational education, occupational education, vocational education and training, professional and vocational education, career and technical education, workforce education, workplace education, and others. That we call TVET. What is the content of the TVET? So that means what I'm going to summarize here. TVET is we learn a theory and practical. Okay. Normally in India, I've been visited in few colleges in India. I forgot the college name now because it's already a long time ago. Okay, I visit during my visit. I get to know about they did a theory in the class, and afternoon section they have a practical about what they learn about the theory. So they try to prove the theory during their practical. Okay, so these things happen in the Malaysia, TVET, we call it TVET. It started, last time it's not in the primary school, now it started in the primary school. So the kids will know more about details, the things. They learn the theory and on the same time, they learn also the practical. They try to do the things in the practically in the classroom. Okay, why TVET is important in Malaysia? Okay, TVET education plays an important role in producing skilled workforce in helping to fulfill the aim of Malaysia become a developed country. TVET is an important platform in achieving sustainable development. So that is one of the important role. Okay, when let's say some of the kids, they are not interested of the practical. Okay, they love on theory only, but they don't know how to handle the things softly. They will, when they started go to the work, they're facing problem in the industrial area. Only they for example, they don't know how to use the computer, how to use the mouse or keyboard. That's a very easy example I'm telling you lah. But they know what is the computer, what is the keyboard, what is the mouse. They know about the things, they know the function, but they don't know how to practically using it. So that's why the TVET is important. That is the one of the factor I'm telling. Example. Okay, so they are more focusing on the practical skills, okay, attitudes, understanding, and knowledge. Rather, they read, and when the exam is coming, they go and vomiting all the things they are reading. Okay, so these are the things they are trying to do welding in some gates. This is a girl. Okay, this is the things happen in the they did a practical. Once in the college sites, normally for the polytechnics, normally after their study for 1 or 2 years, they will go for their practicals. In their practicals, for training lah, in their training they will get their knowledge on their hands-on. Okay, where are the educational values on TVET system? Okay, let's say if we're using observation tools, we can determine the hardworking, creative, challenges, quick response. Okay, survey, if through the survey, they can improve their psychomotor skills, problem solving skills, and also the thinking skill. Okay, then attempting, confident, competing, and socializing. They can compete with the other students. Okay, during the interview, they can cooperate each other. They can focus. They can improve their language, time management, and also the caring. These items all is related to the soft skills. Okay, how does TVET studies affects to the students' behavior? Okay, normally there is a negative and positive behavior. Okay, once they started to psychomotor skills, okay, or problem solving skills, they are more hardworking because they can see the other students can develop a more better than a self or himself. So they are more hardworking, more efficient, being independent, self-motivation, okay, similarity, the sharing knowledge. They try to be similar with the friend, okay. Through the interview, they can focus, improve a language, release the stress, disciplined, creative. They are not 100% focusing on an exam. Okay, this is the some perspective of students, parents, teachers, and researchers about the TVET. They become a positive change in their behavior. Their behavior become a positive. Okay, students view they can more understanding about the topics. They have a knowledge. They can remember. No need to few times repeating the notes and recalling. When they start to do, they will remember. Thinking. Okay, cooperate among their friends. Realization, release stress. Okay, that's the point of view of a students. Okay, if a parent's view, okay, the parents view normally the improves thinking skills, fast psychomotor skills, improve language, more focused, okay, improves communication, release stress, more disciplined and creative. When we ask opinion about the parents' view regarding the skills which we are done before this in our research, psychomotor skills and problem solving skills. So the parents' view is improves thinking skill. Okay, they don't need to repeating to study the same thing. Okay, they can come out with their own ideas to write the answer. Okay, how about the researcher's view? Okay, some of the researcher's view, according to the articles, they wrote hardworking, more efficient, more confident, sociable, improves thinking, sharing knowledge, being an independent, self-motivation, determination, face challenges, better interaction, willing to attempt, willing to cooperate, manage time well, willing to work as a team, and fast psychomotor skills. These are the positives view from the researchers. Okay. Okay, this is one of my innovation in a TVET. Okay, checking our hand psychomotor skill with the various types of the screw. Okay, you can see the red panel there. Okay, that one actually I make a hole. Okay, that hole we have a different types of screws. We have a Phillips screws. We have flattened screws. Okay, so we have a different size and also a different types of screws. So we test it with our students' psychomotor skills. We set the timing and we can see different types of the different students, how many times they are taking for fix the screw in the board. Okay, so the students are trying that actually it's a bolt and nut. Okay, they try to fix the bolt and nut. So normally the TVET students, okay, if I compare with the TVET students and also the non-TVET students, the TVET student is quickly did the things compared with the non-TVET students because of the psychomotor skills. They already try in their classroom. Okay, these are the screws. Okay, they have different types of the screws. Okay, so from that is the one part. Another thing is the one of my expert is the Paolowa Margarito. Okay, she is also the one of the lecturer in Hong Kong, focusing about the TVET there. But in the Hong Kong, there's not calling a TVET, they call a vocational education. Okay, she come out with the facilitating the development of a students' generic green skills in TVET and also the ESD pedagogical model. Okay, that means this related to the green sustainability. Okay, in this article, she tried to share about the generic green skills play an important role among required skills, okay, as they are necessary for all occupation to ensure environmentally friendly workplace practices and also consequence that should be addressed in the TVET curriculum. So I think the keywords we can know, but the green skills, generic skills, pedagogies, curriculums, problem solving is a work based learning. So this all is the keywords for the TVET, or we call it vocational education. That's all. Thank you. Is it any question on for TVET?
Now we are moving to question and answer session. Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay, a hand has been raised by Daljit Kaur. I think
And has been raised.
she has raised hand for a long time.
Who is that? I can't see. Sarita. Yes, Sarita.
Ma'am, I don't have any question related to the TVET system. I just wanted to inquire actually last evening when the session started, I had certain examinations to appear and I couldn't join the session. So yesterday's session, can I get something in the name of support or some, some recording or something?
Yes, ma'am. You will get a recording in YouTube. We will upload in YouTube within 1 week. Our
Okay.
subscribe our channel, Cap Comaran Trust.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can ask.
I also had another question that when I started this presentation, I mean participation in the session, I see ma'am quoting extensively from the field of science. I probably that is your field. I belong to literature. So I understand that the research methodology, yes, most of the subjects will have a common framework. But will you be or will I be benefited by certain typical examples or, do's and don'ts if I am a literature student and pursuing my work in the field of literature?
Okay. Miss Sarita.
Yes, yes.
Miss Sarita is doing research on related of what?
I am doing on Toni Morrison.
Okay. It's related to the science field.
No, it is literature. She is a novelist and she writes. She's an Afro-American feminist writer, author.
Okay, so my research is on most of the things is on the greening. I'm developing a module on the green skills. Okay, my research field is for the green skills, and I'm more focusing on LR is on my expert is from Hong Kong. That one we are called is Marigato Paolo. Actually, she is from Russia, and she's a lecturer in one of the university in Hong Kong. So she's writing a lot of books about the greening studies. Okay, so my LR is almost she's the one teaching me how to use the. Okay, wait. How to summary our research articles. Okay, so if you see okay, wait for a while. Okay, if you see this one, you can see this Excel form. Miss
Yes,
Sarita?
ma'am. You can see.
Okay, if you see this one, this is given by my expert. Actually, Marigato Paolo, I think if the people in the TVET researchers, they know she is a very famous expert. So she only come up with this idea. Okay, the author's year volume. So when you start to go through your articles, okay, so you will automatically write this thing, author, the year, and the volume, issues, so that you can easy for you in what page the problem you read. So it's easier for you, the title of the article. Let's say that when we go through first the article, when we read the abstracts, we know the article is related or not related with our research. So we just don't waste our time, put it one side, okay, make it one folder in our laptop. So it's from what year to what year we are focusing. Okay, journal, what year, the objectives, the research questions and hypotheses. Some of the journals, they don't have the hypotheses. Okay, they only have a research questions. Maybe they're written in the last column, in the last paper. So we have to find it out. But all the things can get it in abstracts. Keywords, theory, methodology, the variables. So from here, you can narrow it direct to focus on your research. So if this one I can give to that one I can give to the Jilu, so can use for researchers like me.
No, sure, sure. I'll be grateful. Thank you.
Madam, is it possible that this Excel sheet, can you just, mail it or something like that? So even we
I
can
will
get
try
it.
to pass to Dr. Ganesan. Okay, so Dr. Ganesan can give to the Gino or someone else for coordinator for this program. So it's be useful for all of our researchers because it's a very detail about the things. Not only the articles we read, the books also we can write down there. So then you can hyperlink direct to the journal. Let's say you want, let's say you in Viva, in your Viva, or not only Viva, during your proposal defense, let's say your expert asking questions from you, so you can you can prove the things with open the the articles when you did a hyperlink. So no need to go finding in your laptop. So when you hyperlink when is the year, so you can tell the experts.
That's great.
Okay.
Madam,
Any
there
other
was
question?
one more Excel sheet which you had shared,
Yeah,
that
actually
paper reading and
that two is actually same.
Okay.
I will pass to the Dr. Ganeshan to also or I try to email lah.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for very informative talk.
Madam,
Okay.
the TBT which you said, no? Just
TVET,
last,
okay.
the TBT, yeah, just last question.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens, in colleges, and when we are teaching, theory and practical becomes very much out of budget sometimes for the colleges. If
Out of
these
budget.
small,
Okay.
yeah, if small colleges are there, then it
Okay.
becomes a budget issue for giving a practical knowledge to the students. But we
Okay.
are having a number of things which we can share with the help of videos, which we can show them the videos or some images or something like that. Or one person just goes and visit, and then it can be shared to everyone. These are some kind of examples. But when we are having a theory and practical based knowledge for the students, what are the different examples which you would like to give besides this which I have shared right now? Something.
Mr. Stanley is from India.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so I'm okay. Normally, when I visiting a few colleges at India, like Tanjore side, if Tanjore side, I saw the teachers, they are practicing using. I get this idea. I did my innovation. I get the idea from the India also. Just now I saw the screws, right? So I get the idea from one of the college in India. I think a Kasturi college in Tanjore. Okay, so its name is a Kasturi College. Okay, what they did is, because of the budget, they are trying to using a recycle things. The teacher tried to designing the practical section using a recycle things. For example, cardboards they are using. That's related to their studies, but I'm not sure. But in other studies are. But for myself, my study is designing and technology. So I'm so practicing the things. Okay, I'm using 3 Rs: recycle, reduce, and reusing for my students. So I think there's no problem we are practicing, but I can share the video. Some of the videos also I can share lah.